All right, still live on a Monday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. I am merely Bo. He is the great Z. The sun is out for now. You're going to be away quickly, buddy. Going away quickly here.
I can't stand it. I mean, we've been campaigning. Maybe we just keep campaigning. We campaigned for a long time for the Dome. We got that.
Got it eventually.
We have a new current campaign that we're very passionate about, and I actually feel like we're making some progress on it. And I know it's for the people. You guys all want that as well. CBD 1 to 3 is a hashtag. I didn't even know that. Did you know that? It's a hashtag.
I did that.
And
then what are we going to do about?
But we've been campaigning for this forever. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Fall back.
Doesn't it feel like
it's awful
that if this is all a candidate ran on,
I'd be pretty pumped.
Doesn't it feel like that just doing permanent daylight savings time would win you elections?
Yeah, I'd vote for him. Get my vote.
Like, that's it. Like, who needs this darkness coming up? I took the boys to school this morning early, as I always do. The sun was out. Made no difference in my day. You know what's going to affect my day? When that gets dark in an hour, brother.
Dude, and every day for the next – today's the 2nd?
It's December 21st when it stops.
Yeah, so the next 28 plus the next 49 days, every day it's going to get darker earlier.
Do you want to know the one thing that makes me happy about that?
Then it's almost Christmas.
That too. My dad's birthday is the 21st, and it's the shortest day of the year. That pleases me. That's nice. That's very nice. Shortest day of sunlight.
Of sunlight, yeah.
Yeah, so he can deal with that out on the Ponderosa. We have news.
Oh, do we?
A little news on a Monday. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Here is Coach Stefanski from the podium from earlier.
On play calling, I'm going to have Tommy call the plays on offense. These are things that I'm always looking at. What can we do better? I have a ton of trust and faith in Tommy. He's more than capable, so excited for him. But bottom line is we have to just get better collectively. So that's offense, that's defense, that's special teams, that's players, that's coaches. So that's our charge, and that's what we're working hard to do.
What do we make of this, sir?
I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what to necessarily make of it in the sense that this is now the second season in a row. We've had a mid-season play calling change. I know that Kevin, in large part, got this job from being a play caller as the OC in Minnesota and has been the play caller here. I think that it just says to me we are willing to try anything and everything to get this offense going because by every metric imaginable, it is one of the worst offenses, if not the worst in the NFL. And so when you're in that situation, maybe sometimes it's just like when you're in it so deep, you can't see the forest for the trees. And so he's going to give, Tommy an opportunity who's considered. We know that, for example, we know Mike Vrabel was a big fan of Tommy's, and a lot of people were big fans of Tommy's in that capacity. And so we're going to have to see, how this plays out. Now, one thing that's better about this situation maybe than last year was last year the change to Ken Dorsey coincided with also Jameis Winston's first start. So it wasn't like you got to see apples to apples.
Yeah.
Like this will be, okay, this is a different offense or it's the same offense but with a different play caller. What does it look like? How does it change? How can the Browns be more effective? So, if anything, you're saying, all right, it feels kind of like I'm throwing my hands up in the air and I'm saying it's broken. We got to try whatever it is to fix it. So this is what we're going to try.
Yeah, and very different from a year ago. And yet it kind of feels similar, right? Because the offense was stuck in the mud a year ago and make this change. And that one was so different because of Jameis and what his fearlessness to throw the ball down the field. You still suffered more losses than wins, but it's fun. It's fun to have that. You look at the way Cincinnati lost yesterday. I mean, I'm sure it's not very fun for them at the moment, but if it's one of those things where are you entertained? Yeah, you scored 42 points. You get a thrilling touchdown from Flacco well into the fourth quarter with a minute to go. Obviously they scored too soon, and we can get about it in one thought a little bit later on, but they've lost the last two games 39-38 and 47-42, but at least it's fireworks. And at least there's some fun to it. And we just, for whatever reason, we are just not able to sustain drives and to be offensively dynamic really much at all. And that's the way it's been for much of the first half of this season. It's been tough sledding every week.
Yeah, no explosives, no Yeah, we have not been dangerous on offense. In fact, our only explosive plays have come from, Quinshon Judkins running the football. That's been kind of your biggest source of explosives. One of the things that they look at is, and you can track this is on NFL.com. If you look in, passing, they do, plays of 40 yards or more is a category. Pass plays of 40 yards or more. So the Seahawks lead the league with 7 of those. There are 2 teams in the NFL that have 0. The Browns and the Jets.
Yeah.
0. Now there's another stat, which is just plays of 20 yards or more. The Rams, the Seahawks have 34. They lead the league, 34 apiece. Chiefs, Patriots, 32 apiece. Chargers, Bears, Packers, 30 apiece. And the Browns are last in the league. They have 14. So
14 of 20 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, our long reception on the year is 35 yards.
Yep, which is Isaiah Bond. Yeah. So when you're looking at kind of just from just a pass game standpoint, okay, completion percentage, we're second worst in the league. Yards per attempt, we are worst in the league by a full yard. We average 5 yards attempt. Second to last, which is the Titans, is 6. The league leader, Seahawks, are averaging 9.5. The Seahawks are basically averaging twice as many yards per pass attempt as we are. Then you go into pass yards. We are second lowest in the league. The Jets are the first lowest. You go to passing touchdowns. We are second lowest in the league. The Titans are first. You go to interceptions. Here we're 6th most in the league. So that's that's even better there. But bottom line is lowest in quarterback rating. We are lowest in pass plays of 20 yards, lowest in pass plays of 40 yards. That's bad. And so my guess is we've looked at it. We've looked at the tape. We've looked at everything. You do the self-scouting. You go through it all. And Kevin Stefanski said, obviously, what I'm not doing is what I'm doing is not working. So we've got to try something else. I think maybe it's old, the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And so maybe he's saying, let's at least try something different. They're not changing the quarterback. Even though there have been, to be fair, in these stats, there have been 2 quarterbacks in them, including Joe Flacco.
All right, I have that for you. You ready for that? You ready to go Flacco us versus Flacco Bengals?
Can I guess?
Yep.
How many games is it apiece? I think it's 4 each.
4, I think it is. It's 4 us.
5 them.
And it is it's either 3 or 4 them.
I think it's 4.
I thought it was only 3.
Hold on, I got it. I'll get it for you. I was just on this.
No, he's had
All right. It is 4. It's 4-4.
4-4. Okay.
4-4.
All right, here's my guess.
All right. You want to start with completion percentage? Yep.
All right, for us it was like 58, 59.
Nailed it. 58. Yep.
Okay, there I'm going to say it's going to be 64.
65. Yep.
Okay.
Nailed it.
All right.
Yards per attempt here?
Per attempt here was either right at or just under 6, like 5.8.
5.1 here.
5.1, oh, even lower. Okay, 5.1. There I'm looking at what strikes me as about an 8.6.
That's less, 7.2.
Okay.
7.2. Touchdowns.
But 2 yards better.
2 full yards better per
Touchdowns
attempt.
with us was 2. Touchdowns with them, I believe, is 11.
Yep, 11-2. Interceptions.
6 with us.
2
to 2.
He's 64%, 7.2 an attempt, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's thrown for 1,254 yards and 313 yards a game. Now they have the best receiving duo in the league.
What's his rating?
His rating is 102.6.
And with us, it was like 70, 68.
I can get that for you.
Might not.
You've been pretty much on it on all of them, so I'm guessing you're right. It was actually 60.3.
60. Okay.
Yep. So that's the apples to apples thing. Now,
as much as can be, yes.
Players are, they have the best receiving core in the league.
Yes, they do.
And that's, if you watched it all yesterday and you saw, as great as Chase is, the play that Higgins makes on the sidelines is just outrageous.
Insane.
And then the play he makes on the final drive where he high points it and takes a helmet to the sternum and chin and holds on to it while being hurt.
Yeah.
That's just all pro stuff.
Yeah.
They just got dudes, but they're just slinging it. So This is the thing. Like you have to find something. You have to try something. It's the second straight year that we've tried
that's
this
why
play calling switch.
It's so hard because he's in our division now. Joe Flacco is. And we are. Now, so there can only be two things, right, that would be affecting him. One is talent, like around supporting cast.
Yep.
And then two has to be scheme.
Yeah.
And so we know the talent is different, and there is a massive disparity in the talent in the wide receiver room between Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Yoshavash, who's a good player.
Yeah.
And what we have at receiver. Like, that's the best receiving room.
That's the best in the league.
I think
it's even better in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah. And, Philly, when A.J. Brown was clicking, they would be in those conversations. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua.
It's up there, too.
Is pretty good.
Yep.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
He's pretty good.
So there also then must be some level of a scheme component to it.
Well, and I think
because he was here. Like, it's not just Dylan Gabriel in this offense versus Joe Flacco in that offense. Joe Flacco was here this year.
And this is going to seem like piling on, but the other thing that has to be acknowledged is he was here all off season, or most of it, from the draft. He paratrooped into Cincinnati with 3 days' notice and started.
Yeah.
Like, he's learning that on the fly. Like, he doesn't.
Maybe he's better that way.
You know what I was thinking about that watching last night? Like, he should almost be somebody who stays off a roster in camp.
Yeah.
And doesn't sign with a team. And the first team with weapons that has an injured quarterback, he should paratroop in and play. Because I think he can throw it effectively till he's 50.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh, it's simple.
So, like, that's almost it. Like, just hang out, wait for an injury, paratroop in, throw it all over the place, have the time of your life, win some, lose some. But, yeah, I think that I was watching yesterday. I'm like, God, this is what he should just be. Just stay off of teams. When there's an injury at quarterback, come on down. So it's a massive change. It's 2 years in a row where we've had it. This is after 8 games. Where were we last year when we had the change?
I believe it was week 7.
A little earlier then.
Let me pull it. I'll look.
Okay,
but I think so.
Around this time.
It was the first game. I want to say, was the Ravens game, which was the Jim game.
Yeah.
So it goes Cincinnati, we lose 21-14. Deshaun gets hurt in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next game is Jameis and Dorsey calling the plays, and we win. And we're like, oh, man, okay, this is working. Jameis threw for, 334, 3 touchdowns. And you're like, all right, now we're cooking. And then the very next week we lose 27-10 to the Chargers at home.
We'll play it for you. We'll have Stefanski's full press conference coming up here shortly. During the open part of practice, the media day, no Shedeur Sanders still being held out with the back, Carson Schwessinger or Isaiah Bond. So all of those guys are no-goes today. There was an injury designation positive. Cedric Tillman returned to practice. The club has also released safety DeMonte Casey on that side. Tillman appeared in the first 4 games of the season, 11 receptions, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. The hamstring injury was against Detroit. He was placed on IR on September 30th, so he will be active this week. We will play his presser for you at the end of the program.
Again, Cedric Tillman hasn't played since September and is still tied for the team lead with 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah,
he's got 2. Fannon's got 2. Njoku's got 2, and Dylan Sampson has 1, which was in garbage time against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's certainly been a struggle. And then we have the trade deadline, which is tomorrow at 4.
Yeah, and you wonder, so we see Jalen Phillips goes to the Eagles so far, but that's really kind of all that there's been.
I know, and Schefter's like, big things are going to happen.
It's going to be the busiest.
It's really quiet. It's been really quiet.
Well, Andy reported yesterday that the Browns would be buyers.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Well, one thing about our ownership has proven this. Like, if there is talent to be acquired and then extended, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, if we can make the team better, the Hassells will make the team better. And if they think a player can make the team better, then the the football brain trust goes to them and says, "Hey, we think this can help to make the team better," then they're not shy.
Yeah,
they'll acquire players. We saw that with Amari. We saw it with Jerry. Like they'll do that. You go acquire people that and especially ones with high ceilings. So that we'll see. We'll see where all of this shakes out. But it's tomorrow. It's 25 hours from now.
Yeah,
is when it's going to come. So there you go on that. How'd you do this weekend? How'd you do on Halloween? Did you have a nice little Halloween?
Yeah, it was great.
Saw the little man and the Stay Puft guy.
Yeah, Stay Puft Marshall.
Does he ever not smile?
So we
Seems
did like
to be permanent smile on that guy.
So Kayla is a big fan of the photos and whatnot. So we did like family photos, and it was very funny. He didn't smile at all in any of these. Like we
really,
did like a real one, but he was just kind of like. We did him. There was just too much going on, so he's looking around, so he wasn't. But yeah, he's usually. And then as soon as we were done and put him back in the car seat, all smiles.
All smiles, baby.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Well,
no, he's happy. He had a great time. I told her. I said it was very funny. Like we weren't getting any candy, and he didn't. Obviously, weren't getting candy for him. He's too young for the candy. So it's basically like our trick or treating was us walking around being like, "Look at our baby," which I said to Kayla. I'm like, which is actually kind of funny. Now we only went to a couple houses of people that we knew, so they wanted to see him, but I still thought it was hilarious. I'm like, so basically, we're like. Look at our
Isn't
baby
he cute?
and tell us he's cute. Yeah.
It's a great costume. Doesn't he look great?
Yeah, is he great?
He looks great.
Yeah, what were your boys?
We had NBC last run at it, so 8th grade. So this was his last trick or treat. So I think.
What do you mean?
I think they're done. So this was it, and then they were all like, "Yeah, I don't think we're going to do it again." And I thought that's probably. I think I quit somewhere 6th grade.
But then are they going to still dress up and go to like Halloween parties with their
Yeah,
friends?
probably.
Okay,
That's probably the next phase of it.
That's
Is you'll evolve into the next phase of it. Him and all of his buddies were. I think they were like Y2 or NBA 2K guys.
Okay.
With like the jerseys on backwards and the tat sleeves and all that. Is that like a My Player thing? It must be.
I don't know. I'm not in that world.
Not in that world either. Beamsy and his boys were all sharks, like the Katy Perry Sharks. They had like 6 giant sharks. And then Bootsy and his buddy Harry were Elmo and Cookie Monster. So they did that, which was
which
nice.
one was
Bootsy was Elmo. Yeah, which it's
kind
of against brand.
I thought he was going to be Cookie Monster
because he loves a snack. He's a big snack guy, so he was
big
that. Yeah, he actually wrote a note on his candy. Paxton's candy, do not touch, was his note. So naturally, I'll hide it.
Good.
Keep him on his toes. How about you, Peepaw?
I saw Peepaw doing some work with some sand.
He was. You were an excavator.
Sandbox.
You were getting in there.
There was a lot going on this weekend. At one point, I was like, maybe going back to work isn't the worst thing after the bye week. If we're not going on vacation anywhere, maybe I should just stay and work in the
just
hide from everything.
Stay in there.
No, it was good. I mean, little guy's 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, the building that my daughter and her husband live in. They do like something for the kids from like 5 to 6 on Friday. So and you just put a sign on your door. I think, there's 6 stories or whatever. There might have been 10 or 12 places.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 o'clock. People are still working.
Yeah.
So, and it was the perfect amount. He got done. He's like, I want all the candy. I would bet you do. I gave him like 2 pieces, and my wife's like, what in the hell are you doing? I go, I'm hopping him up. And then we're leaving. It's not my problem.
That's right.
Let the boy live.
Let the boy watch.
He's earned
Let him live.
I put him through the paces.
He's probably I think it's 4 when they start to fully comprehend what's in play. I mean, that's really when he's at the beginning of the first stage of Halloween. The first Halloween, it's a great one. Is like, wait a sec, they give us candy.
Is that the same with Christmas? Because I felt like last year he was 2 for Christmas.
He'll go
and I'm
nuts
like,
this year.
I feel like this is...
You're going to get a big Christmas pop this year, and then it's going to be that way for a long time. Yeah, that'll be
those are the glory days.
Yeah, it was good, man. Awesome. It was nice just to get some time away. Like I closed my laptop on... I had to send something out Thursday morning.
Yeah.
But that was it until this morning. And that was fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice. What did you guys find yourselves consuming for entertainment over the last 3 days?
NFL, obviously, on Sunday. It was great to watch. Didn't need to watch much of the Sunday night game as Sam Darnold put on. Is that not the best half that anybody's ever had in football? In a first half?
It has to be.
In a first half. I could see in a second half where somebody had to throw a ton.
I actually thought they blew it by not letting him throw another ball at the end of the half. Like they blew it. They had the
went
10-second
field goal.
runoff instead of
Yeah.
just taking the timeout with 13 seconds, because I feel like he would have thrown a touchdown.
Probably. He was 16 of 16 for 2-something, 3 scores.
It's a remarkable, I think, cautionary tale for the league. Like him, Bake, Daniel Jones, all these guys. Like
Who had a rough Sunday.
he
Oh,
did,
boy.
but he's had a spectacular season.
Absolutely.
Like what a player is at 22 versus what a player can be at 28 under the right stewardship is remarkable.
Yep.
Because the way Darnold played yesterday, I mean, you can't play the position better. I mean, he looked like anybody who's the greatest of all time throwing the ball everywhere, and it wasn't like it was all like layups. Like every throw was on the money, on the screws. He had the one where he ducked like that and spun it. I was like, geez,
Yeah.
where's this? I mean, how did people miss on? I mean, this guy bounced around, man.
Carolina
From the
had
Jets
him and Bake.
at the same time. Cut
Same
them
time.
both. Then he goes to where? San Francisco, and then Minnesota.
Yep.
And then, so it's like that quarterback rehabilitation. Watch, the same thing's going to happen with Mac Jones. It's like you go to those guys and they teach quarterbacks how to be quarterbacks.
Yeah, so you think about
And then
Bake was with
Danny Jones too.
Bake was with
McVay.
McVay. Danny Dimes was with O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
And Darnold was with Kyle and
He's with both.
Yeah,
O'Connell.
Yeah. Mac Jones, dude, sign me up right now.
He looks good.
If this isn't the draft, he's plenty young enough. He could be your guy for forever.
Yeah.
Sign me up right now. Danny Dimes was somebody we talked about on this program. People were screaming about that. Now, obviously, did not have a great game yesterday against the Steelers, but he's been excellent all year. But yeah, sign me up, dude. Sign me up.
I would, if you would have asked me the last time we did a live show, which was Wednesday, if you were to ask me what I would have watched the most of the weekend aside from Ohio State football, way down the list would have been what it actually was, but it was actually the World Series.
Oh, dude, I watched to the last
both Friday and Saturday. I couldn't not watch it. The games were outrageous. What Yamamoto did at the end of it was just stupefying, that he pitched on Friday and then came back and pitched 2 1/3.
Did he start on Friday?
That's right.
Yeah.
He started.
He
and
pitched
went
over 100
6.
pitches, right?
That's right. Just under 97.
Okay.
Yeah. The home run at the top of the ninth on Saturday.
By a guy who hadn't hit a home run since like August or something like that.
The ball getting trapped under the fence.
That probably
and
cost
going
him.
Like this. That cost him. That probably cost him it. The play at the plate that is a millisecond from being safe.
Yeah, but
a
he got
millisecond.
It was amazing toe tap.
But it was.
Oh yeah, as bang as could be.
As can be.
Yeah.
If the throw is anywhere else, anything, it's game over. And then to go to the bottom of the 11th, any hit, Blue Jays win. Any hit, Blue Jays win, except one on the ground to short. And Mookie Betts turned it himself.
Well, they would have tied, right?
Well, I mean, a hit, you're running. You got a guy. It was first and third.
A double would have won it. Yeah,
a double would have won it.
Yeah.
I mean, anything into the outfield.
But you're
would have
down
been a play.
one, and Vlad gets a double to start. You bunt him to third, so you got a guy on third with 1 out.
1 out. Yeah.
You just got to get him home.
Yep. It's crazy.
I was around. They walked the guy to first, right?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 12 something in the morning. So
smart. Yeah, but I was. Why would you walk him? Put the go ahead. I was like, because maybe you get a double play.
Double play. You get out of it. That's
guess
all
what?
It
just happened.
Like
6-3 unassisted.
26 million people watched it. So that now I don't think it'll mean anything for next year. It doesn't mean anything. Baseball's back. What it means is though that we still have an appetite for sports and the water cooler of sports. That there is still nothing in entertainment quite like the drama that sports provides.
No, and we have an appetite for Game 7s. This is it. This is winner takes all.
Or even just elimination games.
Yeah.
Because Friday night, it was on in the bar. I'm like, all right.
Right.
I'm into
Somebody
this.
could win the World
Friday
Series.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great
I'm
on
into
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's what people have. That's baseball's biggest problem, I think, is that 162 games. Like you can't. How can you care about Game 5, Game 80, Game 94? How can you care? Now it could end up mattering, I guess. If you said, oh, well, if you didn't win, but it's just hard. But baseball, when every pitch matters, baseball is as good a sport as there is.
Baseball and hockey and I get the World Cup, you have to go to penalty kicks, but baseball and hockey, like hockey in the postseason, you play until someone has one more goal than you.
Yep.
And it can last 7 overtimes if it wants to. Baseball's the same way. You have got to get the 3 outs in the bottom of the inning.
Yes, you have got to retire 27 or
Whatever
more,
it
depending
takes.
on how it takes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's no get out of jail free card. We're not
There's no
going
time.
to penalty kicks. We're not hitting home runs. There's no time to play against. It can go on forever. Like I was sitting there Saturday night going like, I don't know how much longer I can stay up. Like it was 2 hours past when I normally go to bed. I'm like,
it was great though.
They'd already played 18 innings 3 days earlier.
Yeah, they had. Yeah. It was funny too. Like I've said many times, and I have fun with you over the fact that I grew up a Dodgers fan, but I was rooting for Toronto. I really was.
It's David and Goliath.
They're not exactly David. I think they have the 6th payroll, so they're not exactly David. They're
For
basically,
sure.
if the Indians spent, they're the Blue Jays is kind of what
Yeah.
it is. But like, also like that's as cursed as any sports city. I mean, they won with the Raptors, but the Maple Leafs, the thing they
Leafs.
care about most is
Oh,
the
yeah.
60s, early 60s, and the Blue Jays haven't won since 93, right? And it felt like, I mean, I thought about like the Guardians in
crazy. That was
16,
93.
and I thought about like when you have a Game 7 at your place, what more could you want? Like you have to win
And
that.
you know that's not a cheap get-in.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of people ponying up a lot of cash to be there. To
And
have their
how
heart
do you-
ripped out because they lost 6 and 7.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming home up 3-2.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You go up. I want to say in Game 6, didn't they go up 3-0? Bichette hit a 3-run homer off of Ohtani like early.
That's Game 1, Game
Correct.
7.
Oh, that was Game 7.
Game 7.
Game 7. Okay.
Yeah, he hit the bomb.
Yeah, they're
off.
like, yeah, you're thinking in
3-1.
baseball, in a playoffs game, you're like,
Yeah.
this is over.
It's over. Yeah. Yep. And it held and it held and it held. And every time Ohtani or somebody would come up, you'd be like, is this the one? And then it didn't.
And
And then the idea that Glasnow and Yamamoto both pitched both days, it was crazy. It was great. And I loved this. I thought it was really cool, though, that it delivered those numbers. Like, because that's what it should have.
I want to see where it was in
Theater of it was
Canada.
good.
Because that's what they were saying.
Had
Is
to
that
be
close-
90-some% of the screens.
So you think it's going to beat the
I don't think
Olympic?
it'll beat that, but I think it'll be.
'Cause that was 67% of screens in Canada.
We're on the gold medal
Crosby,
game.
yeah, 2010. You had that.
It
You
might
had the
beat
year.
that. It might beat that.
I was going to say, I think it could, especially given, like, are you counting digital? Are you
And it's a
counting-
Saturday night. That has to
Well,
help.
that hockey was Sunday night, if memory
Sunday night.
serves.
Yeah,
So
which
that's
is
an
also
even bigger
good.
one. It was the first Game 7 of a World Series since the 30s, because they used to always do these on Sundays. Game 7s would be
Yeah.
on Sundays, but they want to stay away from the NFL, so they did it Friday, Saturday
Smart.
instead, which was smart. But yeah, and then I had a buddy of mine who was in the Blue Jackets press box on Saturday. He said that's all the Canadian folks could talk about. Like the Blue Jackets were playing at home, and he was like, all anybody cared about was the Blue Jays game.
It just stinks they lost.
Yeah, it does. It does. And they had it. I mean, like in many ways had it. So, but it was incredible theater. Very, very
How does that
enjoyable.
ball not just pop off the wall?
If it
That's-
does, it's it. I mean, it's done.
That's the stupefying. And
By the way, the catch in center field, we didn't even talk about that in the bottom of the ninth, that he subbed the guy in at center, and he goes over the top of him to make the catch with 2 outs.
all right, so I was at Novak's.
Yamamoto's on his knees going,
Well, first of all, he runs the other guy over.
yeah.
Who basically like puts his head on his he's like, oh, there's no way he got it. Like,
Yeah.
we just collided and we just lost the World Series.
Lost the World Series, yeah.
I know,
the bottom
he
of the
caught it.
ninth.
Incredible
Caught it.
catch. Incredible catch.
Crazy catch.
So that guy had I was at
just
like a
came
house
in
party,
the
so I
ninth.
didn't realize. So he was just subbed in.
He was subbed in for his arm strength because of he could throw guys home from outfield home. So they subbed him in, and then he's the one who made the catch.
I mean, dude, they got a home run from probably the most improbable guy in the batting order when they needed it.
Had to, yeah. Well, and then the catcher hits the game-winning home run
Yeah,
in the top of the 11th. What ends up being the game-winning home run,
unreal.
and then for it to come to one swing with 1 out.
And did I see something that the guy Will Smith?
That's not right.
It's not right.
No,
he has not
He's won 3 with the Dodgers.
but he has won 6 straight.
No, there must be another guy with the same name, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there's guys with the same name.
Two Will Smiths.
Will
Kev.
Smith has won 6 straight, but not the same
Not
person.
the same
Got
Will
it.
Smith.
Got
The
it.
other guy plays for the Braves and the Astros, I think. Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So a Will Smith has won 6 straight, but
Well,
not the
that's-
same Will Smith.
I would want to have a Will Smith on my roster.
Find him. Find the Fresh Prince.
Get me a Will Smith.
Just don't say anything about Jada Pinkett, or you'll
But-
be fine.
No,
By the
no.
way, can I also throw it in because you just casually touched on it? You have a pretty good squad down in Columbus.
Yeah. They did. Yeah, they're good.
Little test in the first half, maybe just a little. Maybe a little something just to wake up the giant. And then
I almost like Conspiracy Bo wonders if they like ran the ball just to create
Drama.
a circumstance
Where they had to play in some
that they had
clutch
to play under
situations.
something.
Yeah.
Because it's 17-7. Julian Sand didn't miss at all.
correct.
By the way, they're playing Penn State. Like, I know Penn State has struggled this year, but Penn State is the second most talented team they've played other than Texas.
Correct.
They have a bunch of guys who are going to get picked high. They've got a bunch of NFL players. Like, they're not bums. It was treated like, Ohio State treated them like bums. But the kid went 20 of 23 for 313 yards and 4 touchdowns after throwing for 390. He's completing – the last 2 weeks he has more touchdown passes than incompletions. He's over 80% on the year, a full 7% completion percentage, better than Mendoza, who's second. And then the difference between him and Mendoza is the difference between Mendoza and the guy who's like 65th.
Yeah.
Like, his separation is crazy.
College Football Nate was on this, I
were
want to
on
say
it.
week 2.
You had good sourcing.
I did have good sourcing.
Very good sourcing. Yeah. No, they're
It was pretty awesome.
here's what sucks for them though. Like the next 3, they've got Purdue,
Gross.
UCLA, Rutgers.
So UCLA's a night game at least.
It is
NBC.
Yeah. But it'll all be about that Michigan game at the end of the year.
That's going to be a
I don't
beating.
know. I'm not saying anything. I can't.
yeah.
After last year,
College Football Nate's here to say it.
I can't. I'm
It's
not
a
going to. I'm
beating.
not saying anything.
Don't worry about it.
It was too ridiculous
jinx
a
it.
year ago.
Did you see my favorite highlight? One of them just most absurd clips. Barcel just tweeted it out, which made me think
No,
about it. A kid in a high school game, I'm thinking it's a high school game, goes up for a wide open breakaway dunk, misses it, and then pretends that he's hurt. And
It's
then
college. I think it happened this morning.
was that in
'Cause
college?
They're going 24-hour.
We got
basketball.
24 hours. We've been watching hoops
Okay.
in here at like
So then that was
11 a.m.
college this
I
morning.
think it was college this morning, if memory serves. The kid
Okay.
goes up on a breakaway dunk, misses it.
And then the whole crowd comes out and trolls him and is lying on the ground
He's
pretending
acting like
they're
he's
hurt.
Yeah, and they're all.
Have you
acting
seen
like
that
they're
video?
hurt. Yes. Yeah, I think that happened this morning.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just first
Did
off,
Woj
anarchy in
get
that
thrown
crowd.
out of a game?
That was another thing that I think I heard happened this morning. That because he's like working for St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, he's their GM.
Somebody said that it didn't. I saw 2. This is how great X is now. One that said he did, and then the next post said no, he did not. But who knows?
Who knows?
Okay.
Also, we have this. This is from the guy who covers the Cowboys from The Athletic. Jerry Jones on SiriusXM just said Dallas has made a trade and could possibly make a couple more before tomorrow's deadline. He declined to share who was involved in the trade. He said, quote, immediately it will have him on the field and it will address some of the things that have been our shortcomings, end quote.
Defensive player then.
They play tonight.
They do.
So this was a college, Dillard and Lemoyne.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, God. I can't stop watching this. It's so great.
Yeah, I believe so.
Have you seen this, G-Man?
I don't think we've seen that.
He misses the dunk. He pretends to get hurt. And then the people in the crowd
Yes.
start pouring out of the stands to mock him. Over here, look. And they're all grabbing their legs, lying on the ground, hurt, making fun of him. I'd have to imagine that's the opposing fans. It's just the announcers can't even control themselves. It's so funny. Like you got like 100 people limping on the.
Yeah.
It's just outrageous. Like it's complete. People lying on the ground trying to help each other up. It's total bedlam.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I mean, what a time to be alive.
We'll get out of here on this. His team gave up nearly 100. They needed to tackle on one drive to win a game. Al Golden, just finishing his press conference down in Cincinnati, the defensive coordinator of the Bengals, resisting the temptation to install layer after layer. That's not who we are right now, brother.
Why'd they ever get rid of Lou Anarumo?
Because if you can't, you got to fire somebody first before you can fire yourself, right?
That's a tough guy to fire, though.
That is. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospital's official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. Kevin Stefanski from the podium coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. And more fun to your fandom with the Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today. Get 50 back in bonus bets. You place your first wager of 10 or more. Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time to head to the podium. Presented by Vivid Seats. Vivid Seats. Purchase your official fan experience package today for the ultimate game day. Here's your head coach, Kevin Stefanski.
Okay, good work out there. Got some 2-minute situations, had a 7-on-7 down in the red zone, had some install periods to work on things we identified over the bye week. So I thought the guys handled today really well. Obviously off tomorrow, and then we'll start in earnest on the Jets on Wednesday. I thought it was a really good bye week for everybody. I thought the players did a nice job, obviously taking care of their bodies, getting back here refreshed, recharged. Coaches, I thought, did a really nice job over these last few days of looking at everything we're doing offensively, defensively, special teams. So we've identified a lot of things that we want to do better, a lot of areas where we feel like we can improve, areas where we feel like we can adapt, and that's where having this after 8 games is important, where you can learn a lot from yourself and then get ready for a 9-game season, obviously with the first one coming up versus the Jets. Other thing on play calling, I'm going to have Tommy call the plays on offense. These are things that I'm always looking at. What can we do better? I have a ton of trust and faith in Tommy. He's more than capable, so excited for him. But bottom line is we have to just get better collectively. So that's offense, that's defense, that's special teams, that's players, that's coaches. So that's our charge, and that's what we're working hard to do. And with that, I'll take any questions.
What led to that decision, Kevin, to turn over play calling?
Yeah, I look at everything, Jeff, every week. Certainly the bye week gives you an opportunity to look at everything, and bottom line is we have to be better. We have to be better in a lot of facets on the offensive side, and I just felt like Tommy is somebody that I believe in. Obviously hired him here a couple years back because I really believe in Tommy as a coach, and he's done everything that we've asked, and I just feel like this is the right time for this.
What do you think he might bring to the table, or what different spin or set of eyes might he give you?
Well, it's similar to how we talk about, it's never about one person. So whether you're talking about a player or a coach, it's not about one person. But obviously I think Tommy's going to be himself, and that's what I'm asking him to do, and I'll be there every step of the way to help him in any way I can, like you should with any play caller. But bottom line is he understands what we need to do, which is stay on the field and score some points.
Upstairs or downstairs?
Yeah, we haven't talked through it exactly yet.
The only change you see making, quarterback remain the same for this game?
Yes.
Before the Patriots game, Reese talked about how you got to make Gabriel comfortable to throw the ball downfield, and yet it got worse in the New England game. So what's the problem? Why can't he throw the ball to the receivers, wide receivers?
I'd say that's something, Tony, that we just have to be better collectively. That's us putting our quarterback in positions where those opportunities exist. That's us putting our receivers in positions where they can be open, whether it's down the field, intermediate, you name it. That's something that we all need to be better.
Looking at everything and other changes. Are there other changes that you're going to make?
Specifically to?
Personnel would be the first thing.
I think it's our job to make sure when it comes to personnel, obviously, just making sure everybody's in the right place at the right time, so to speak, Scott, but nothing of notable to comment on right now.
Tommy, I guess, how can, because you guys have the same playbook, right? So how can that change? Are there going to be more X runs, or you know what I mean?
I think the bigger picture for us is as we looked at this week, what do we feel like we can do well? What are the things that we need to lean into? What are the things that we haven't been very good at, and we need to move on from those areas? And there's plenty of football, like to your point about the playbook. There's plenty of plays. We just got to make sure that we're leaning into the stuff that's best fits our players.
This last year also, what did you gain from that experience that you can use this year, and what's kind of different this time around?
Yeah, I'm so focused on this season and where we are, Scott. Chris, and I'm just trying to do whatever I think is best for our football team in this case, and but I'm really focused on this year.
Entirely your decision.
Yes.
21
Monday talked on Cedric Tillman today. Just how close is he, and just what did you see from him?
Yeah, I thought Ced looks really good. I think he's worked very hard in his rehab, so he looks like he'll be good to go, barring anything coming up this week.
Is the update on Shador? He was not out there.
Yeah, still dealing with the back injury, but getting better.
Trade deadline obviously coming up tomorrow. 2-6 on the season. Sometimes create some, different things in locker rooms and conversations and outside noise. Just, do you even have to have conversations at all with the team about that, or is it just kind of like a business as usual approach?
I really believe our guys are professionals. There's a lot of that goes on in the business of football that we don't control, so we kind of keep our focus on what's in front of us.
And being the in-season spokesperson for the team, like without Andrew coming out to talk to us, a lot was made of that over the bye week, that maybe too much was put on you to explain trades or moves or things like that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Wasn't Isaiah Bond in practice?
Dealing with an injury, but I'll update you guys as the week goes on.
New England game?
Yes. Dave? Yes. How'd you miss him, Tony?
Do you think this receiving core could use a boost at the trade deadline here?
Yeah, I like our guys. I like what the skill sets we have with that group. Obviously, Andrew and our personnel department looks at everything, and that's no different than the other 31 teams. I think it's important that you're constantly looking around the league, but I like our guys.
That group from maybe what you're seeing in meetings and practice to game days.
Kind of goes back to the previous point where we just need to be better, Chris, in a bunch of different areas. Obviously, there's production that we're going to be looking for from that department, but we have to be better in a lot of areas.
Set out there can help open things up for Jerry, has Jerry missed having set out there with him basically?
Obviously, Ced's a good player. He's made a lot of plays for us over his career, so it would be a big boost if we can get him out there.
Watson been cleared to practice yet?
Yeah, I don't believe that's happening this week, but no update. But doing a good job.
Back together this week, Kevin, after they're gone from the bye. What's your message, right? You're 2-6, you have 9 games left. Is there an overriding message you had for them?
Yeah, obviously keep a lot of that, internal, but it's, as it's important that we focus on what's in front of us and have a great opportunity this week going to New York and trying to play our best football. We have not played our best football, and haven't done it as players, as coaches, offense, defense, special teams. We feel like there's more for us to give, and that's where we're focused on right now.
Tommy are so closely aligned and have worked so closely together on everything, setting up the game plans and everything. Do you think that he will have the confidence to put his own spin on this offense?
Without a doubt. And I think it's important, Mary Kay, that those meetings and the discussion that happens Monday through Saturday is as important as the order in which those plays come off on Sunday. So I just think all of us as coaches on all sides of the ball, but in this case, offense, we have to do our job. We have to do our job putting our guys in positions to succeed, and then it's, an opportunity on Sundays to go execute. But I think it's very important what we do during the week and putting a plan together that our guys are confident in. That's really important.
I understand what you have to defend your own roster. But when you see what Joe Flacco's doing down there in Cincinnati, even if you're not watching the game, throwing touchdown passes all over the field to Chase, and what do you think when you couldn't put those numbers up with the receivers you have here?
Yeah, I don't really have a comment on Joe or any players on other teams. I don't think it's appropriate.
The results are so contrasting.
Yeah, I understand the question, but I really don't have a comment.
Any ways, anything different that you can do to try to get Jerry Jeudy more involved in your offense?
Without a doubt, and that's obviously, like we talked about last week, Mary Kay, that's important for us. He's our best wide receiver. We believe in him. We have to do a better job, and that's what we'll do.
Saw Quinshon out there. Do you feel confident the shoulder won't be?
I do. I feel good about it.
And Tyson clear of the protocol?
Yeah, he's. I don't know if he's completely cleared, but he's hit every benchmark.
All right, there you go. Got it. We'll go around the league coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. OBM, the preferred provider of copiers and document services for the Cleveland Browns, will tackle any size office at 216-485-2000 or visit ohiobusinessmachines.com. Wow. what a weekend in the National Football League from an injury standpoint. The one last night with Jaden Daniels, the dislocated elbow.
What's he doing in the game?
I have no idea. And I saw Dan Quinn today saying it's my fault. He shouldn't have been in the game at that point.
Yeah.
No kidding. He shouldn't have been in the game at that point. I'll be candid with you. I had turned it off at that point. I didn't need to see it anymore, so I saw it this morning.
I watched it.
Were you watching it?
I figured he was probably done after that series. I mean, when do most quarterbacks get pulled? Like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it's
to
be fair,
they were going down the field. I'm like, he's going to score a touchdown, and they're going to be like, that's it. You're done for the day. We're not coming back and winning this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm with you, Gibbe, from the standpoint of with the advantage of hindsight, you can say, well, of course.
Sure.
But also he was coming off of injury. He needed to get some reps. He needed to play more.
Get some positivity.
And it is rare for NFL quarterbacks to not play fourth quarters. Like it's not college. Like college football, they'll do that. They'll just pull guys.
He's a competitor, too.
Usually in the NFL, you keep going a little bit. It's just bad luck.
If anything, you should be looking around at your wide receiver room. That is.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I heard all they had to do is give Terry McLaurin a bunch of money.
It's all the money.
That's
Elite.
right.
Elite.
By the way, that guy is stolen money. There should be wanted posters with his picture up.
That was as gorgeous as you can do uniforms.
It's pretty nice.
The Seahawks need to just have these be their uniforms.
The commies in the faux backs, and then the Seahawks in those things. That is just they pop even more now than they did when we were kids. Like they didn't stand out when we were kids. Now they do. Like that. That color combination is just absolutely gorgeous, and that Seahawks team is an absolute machine. The Green Bay Packers were a machine, but this is a massive injury for them. Tucker Kraft, who's been one of the stories so far this season, he is done for the year with a torn ACL. They have losses to us and Carolina. They got a tie with Dallas. They are 5-2-1, and now they lose their most consistent weapon in the passing game.
They should get Jaden Reed back though, which hopefully will be helpful for them. He had been their leading receiver each of the last 2 years. 793 and 8 as a rookie, 857 and 616 yards a catch last year. Yeah. And in one game basically this year, he had a touchdown. He should be back, I think, this week. But yeah, that's big. That's
massive. He'd been a stud. Couple others, Marshawn Lattimore, Cleveland kid, former Buckeye, torn ACL in the game yesterday as well. And then we also had Luke McCaffrey breaking his collarbone. So there was a lot of injuries in the games over the weekend. It's been pretty quiet on the trade front. A couple from Philly. Baltimore sending cornerback Jair Alexander in the 2027 7th to Philly in exchange for the 2026 6th. The Eagles also acquired outside linebacker Jalen Phillips in a trade with the Miami Dolphins. They're going to receive a 2026 third-round pick in the deal. I was looking at this. Philly still has their 1, their 2, and 2 threes. So they could be big time players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow if they want to be.
I don't know. They had the Mechie trade on the day that we were wrapping up on Wednesday, but I feel like they still need some help offensively.
Yeah.
They're shoring up the defense, but I don't know if the defense is the problem.
I don't think they have really any problems, to be fair. The one thing, I saw this from Rossini, you have this in the prep too, the Bengals are asking for a first-round pick in any deal for Trey Hendrickson. He's leaving anyway.
Yep.
You're not getting a 1.
So you should try to get a 2 because the best you're going to get is a pick after the end of the third.
Yeah, you're not getting a 1 for a rental. I don't understand that from Cincinnati's perspective at all. A couple other things. Since last we've done a show, Mike McDaniel still coaching the Dolphins. Chris Greer is out as a general manager there. The Dolphins are willing to listen to offers on any of their players ahead of the trade deadline, but in the words of one well-placed source, highly unlikely that they will trade receiver Jalen Waddle. No kidding. He's under contract. He's a stud young wide receiver. You've already extended him. Why would you trade him?
Right.
Why would you trade him? It doesn't make any sense. Whatever you're going to do offensively, you'd want him to be a part
Same
of
with
that.
where people are talking about, and maybe the Saints will trade Olave, but to me it doesn't make any sense that why would you trade Olave? Whenever you get a quarterback in there, you want him to have Chris Olave on the team.
Chris Olave is 25 years old. Why would you?
No, you wouldn't.
What are we doing? Look at Tennessee. What happens when you draft a quarterback number 1 and you have nobody to throw to? Yeah. This is what happens. That's what's happened to them. ESPN's Dan Graziano reporting, our good buddy, that which running backs come available. It sounds like the Jets will hold on to Breece Hall unless the return is good enough to justify a move. Cleveland's Jerome Ford and Miami's Jalen Wright are likely available. So those are some of the names that you see around here. I don't know. It's been so quiet, really, compared to what we thought, kind of what Shefty was talking about a month ago when he thought it could be the most busy trade deadline that they've had. So we'll see where all of those things shake out. Second hour of the program coming up next. Among the topics, one thought from every game in Week 8. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, second hour, Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. You remember that game? I think we're all old enough. I don't know if our next guest is old enough, but there was a game that was really fun that worked on learning called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
I loved Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
So great.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah, you could do the same thing, except just replace Carmen Sandiego with the Hoff.
Yeah.
Where in the world is? It doesn't really rhyme. But I believe he's joining us now. Do we have the Hoff? Where are you, Hoff? Can you even disclose?
Gentlemen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I'm coming through loud and clear.
You sound great.
Excellent. Yes, boys.
Yes.
The true joy of being able to talk to you guys today in an unexpected moment gives me more than pure joy. I don't know what is more than pure joy. I'm not sure. But I'm in Las Vegas. I am shooting a movie right now with some people that I've recently met that call themselves actors. And we had a little break on set. And so I hit up my guy, Gibbe. I said, hey, let's do this. We got the Monday. It was not a losing weekend, so I've got my Hall of Fame Beef Victory Monday hat on, although it's technically not a victory, but I feel like, we didn't lose. So
we didn't lose.
We got to celebrate a little bit on this Monday.
And Hoff, I'm wearing the hoodie that's sweeping the nation, the Hall of Fame Beef Six Springs Farms beautiful hoodie. I'm wearing that one today. How about that?
Looks great.
Dude, it has fast become my favorite hoodie, and I am a stickler for comfort.
Yeah, it's
I don't
soft.
really
It's good.
care what it looks like,
Yeah.
but it does look good. But it's an unbelievably soft. It's actually, I'm kind of maybe a weirdo, but when I sleep, I like putting a sweatshirt on with the hood over my head because I keep my room at like 50 degrees just about. It's like Eskimo style. And
I did not.
That is the most comfortable. Oh,
Okay. Hold on.
I'll cede the floor to you. Go ahead. I didn't see any of that coming. Go ahead.
You sleep in a hoodie every night?
I sleep in a hoodie. But that Hall of Fame Beef hoodie that you're talking about, that retro, beautiful style.
Yeah.
The comfort. It's a thin hoodie, right?
Yeah,
it is.
It's baggy, but it fits you nicely like pajamas. And so I love sleeping in a very, very cold room and just throwing that hood over my head and over my eyes. It just gives me a different level of deep sleep. And, as a little bit of a health nut, I track my sleep all the time. And the sleep numbers, without getting too nerdy, are off the charts when I wear that hoodie over my head and I sleep in a super cold environment. I mean, I am getting some of the most restful sleep, like after a good victory, that type of good sleep.
So is Annie in Canada
Thank
Goose?
You. What
is going on?
That's the question. Thank you.
Is she in a Montclair?
So
what
it's
is she?
50 degrees in there.
It's pretty chilly. She's in Canada Goose. She's also got like a 5-inch down comforter, like pulled up over her head. I go with thin covers, hoodie, just undies, on the bottom. But then I also have a cooling mattress. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. I'm very bougie when it comes to my sleeping.
As you should. You spend a lot of time in your mattress.
Topper. Yeah, I mean, sleeping is really important. Actually, without getting like too scientific, but we're talking about like CTE and brain injuries and dementia and things long term. Like sleep is the time of day when your body heals itself, but it also gets that plaque out of your brain. So it's really important to like be serious about your sleep when you can. And so like I have this cooling mattress, so it keeps my mattress temp at about like 67 because it pumps cold water through there. And then like if your body temperature drops too much, it'll change and like heat up the water a little bit. So it kind of regulates your body temperature from your mattress up. So you never get too hot or too cold. It's amazing what they could do these days with science. It's just incredible.
Hold on a second. You do not have this set up at turkey camp. Do you?
No, but honestly, I've been thinking about it. I do not, because if you remember last year.
Pretty sure last year you were going to sleep in a tent that blew away. Yeah, you ended up sleeping in his truck.
I did. It blew away, and I slept on the floor of my truck. So there are times when I don't exactly sleep in the most commodious location. But when I have the chance, I really try to bouge it up.
I'm just going to tell you this right now. And I think that everybody who goes to turkey camp would say the same. Of all the people that need to be in a comfortable bed that night, you as the host, you get that. We all get to come and just have fun, and it's great, and there's food, and Joey Bagels is there, and cooking up we got the chefs. I mean, it's first class all around. Everybody brings like a little, contributes here and there, but I mean, you should be sleeping in a truck at your house when there's 30 beds.
I think of a great guest, a great host, like being a great leader or a captain.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be the one that does the stuff that nobody else is willing to do, to show them that, like, look, this is the way it is, and I can do that. I'm going to do the hardest stuff. And when you're a good host, you're going to take all precautions to make sure that your guests have the most amazing time. And I am happy to have the worst accommodations, to eat last in line, to be the last person that gets all the good stuff. So if giving all my guests that have flown from all over the country to come in for this wonderful weekend of brotherhood means that I got to sleep on the floor or the back of my truck for a few hours, I am more than okay with that as long as everybody else is having a fantastic time.
Everybody's having a great time. I also believe that after meeting some of your buddies, there are plenty of them that would have been happy to just go sleep in the pond. Like, they would have been like, they wouldn't have cared where they were sleeping.
Yeah.
These are true wildermen.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why they're my buddies, though, because they're willing to do whatever they want. But I want them to also, just be able to go above and beyond whatever their expectations were. So if they are expecting to sleep in the 50-degree pond, and all of a sudden they have a bed, like, imagine the joy in their face.
It was great, Ham. I'll tell
Let
you
me just say this. This is my little message to the audience.
This is unbelievable.
So you heard the Hoff and all of the processes, each snap at left tackle, and it netted a gold jacket. He also has the following things that he takes this approach to that we've heard on this show.
That we know of.
Pillows, we know that. Coffee, we know that. Wine, we know that. Espresso martinis, I think at one point. There was a time that you had a curiosity. Oh, coffee makers.
Yep.
The coffee maker, which I have now, and that was off the Hoff. If he puts this type of attention to detail, I'm getting there.
Okay.
If he puts this type of attention to detail to everything, just imagine what he's doing with Hall of Fame beef, folks.
Well, folks, I've tasted.
We've tasted. I mean, that's why, like, this man knows nothing other than the relentless pursuit of perfection.
Working out. I mean,
all
it
of
doesn't.
It's all of it. Now acting.
Turkey calling.
You're probably going to win.
Acting.
You're probably going to win an Oscar, Hoff.
Boys, I try to live a Hall of Fame life, and that's not just on the football field. That is every walk of life. And Z and I, we've had a few taste testings of some of the other high-end Wagyu, and I think we're already beating them, but I'm not resting until this is the greatest Wagyu beef, the greatest Hall of Fame beef that man has ever been able to taste, even going back to the caveman era. It is so much fun. And I am doing that movie. I sent you guys a couple clips. I know you guys are on air. But
baby,
the shots that we did yesterday, that were, you can check them out. They're not for public consumption just yet, but they had me killing some bad guys, which was kind of fun.
Let's go.
Awesome.
That's right, of course.
Did you watch football this weekend, Hoff?
I did catch a little bit on Sunday. Unfortunately, I was on set for a lot of it, and so I didn't see many of the games. I did see that 68-yard field goal from Jacksonville. That was pretty unbelievable.
Cam Little.
I mean, some crazy stuff every weekend in the NFL. That's why it's the greatest entertainment product in the world.
It most certainly is. Obviously, in Wisconsin, I can't imagine they're too pleased with what happened yesterday. You're in Vegas, not your problem, but they weren't happy in Vegas either. But obviously for the Packers, tough loss at home yesterday, and those uniforms, it doesn't translate. The leather helmet.
I think if you're going to do it, I don't know why they didn't wear it against Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
so
that
they
would
both
make
look
sense.
like the
Old.
1930s, but it
Yeah.
looked ridiculous having one team look like from the 1920s
And
and the other one look
Panthers,
contemporary.
very modern.
Looked ridiculous. Yeah,
I agree with that. That did look ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one of the games I did catch some of because I FaceTimed the kids when they were watching the game, and that's the first thing my son Jack said. He goes, "Dad, did you see these Packers uniforms? They look stupid." And I got a little defensive because I remember them wearing the throwbacks when I was a kid, but back like in the 90s when I was a big Packer fan, I always thought there was like a throwback weekend, so both teams wore it. So when you turned it on, it didn't just look like one people were bozos that forgot their uniforms.
That's exactly what it should
whatever
be.
was on in the equipment truck. So I agree. Like the Panthers uniform looked sharp, and then the Packers, I think it just looked out of place.
Yeah, they did, and their performance looked out of place. It was that was a tough loss there.
There you go.
All right, Hoff, you've been in there. There's some news here with the Cleveland Browns, obviously, today. Kevin Stefanski giving up play calling. Tommy Rees will call plays. Second season in a row that this has happened. My question to you is, from a player standpoint, what does this mean, and what should it mean for us, paying attention to it?
Well, I think just getting some new eyes on the defenses that you're going against, some new tendencies that maybe the defense isn't so dialed in on. Because, if you look back, like one of the things that Kevin Stefanski was praised for earlier on in his tenure here with the Browns was he was such an offensive mastermind, right? Just called great plays and always had a really game plan specific scheme that was fantastic, that always, it seemed like, beat whatever the expectations were for the talent that they had on the roster. But obviously things are not going very well right now, and they're trying to figure out why. And I think it makes sense to turn over every rock and to make changes, even if you have a guy like Stefanski who has been a good play caller in the past. Let's give somebody else an opportunity and see maybe he fits better with the talent that they have on the roster right now. And I think anytime you're going through a season with a lot of struggles and a lot of losses, right, you just need to keep making changes to keep things a little bit fresh and give yourself an opportunity to try to motivate the boys, right? Because it's difficult to come in, even if you have some great rah-rah speech and you put, some great game plan on the board, if everything's always the same. The players are the same, the play callers are the same, the scheme is the same, to get people excited to think all of a sudden, it's going to be different this weekend. And I think part of that, for the players is you look across the league and you see Joe Flacco having great success and, throwing for 4 billion yards yesterday, career high, I believe. And we're wondering, well, why wasn't he doing it here? And so I think, players, they watched the other games throughout the league and they're asking themselves the same question. And so as a head coach, the battle is always the same, where you're trying to think, okay, what are the things that I can do to motivate my players? And that doesn't always mean, a great Newt Rockne rah-rah speech. Sometimes that's making changes within the offense, making changes within the structure of, who's responsible for what, whether it be like, okay, this guy's in charge of third downs, this guy's in charge of coming up with our run schemes, or this guy's in charge of the one actually on game day, because they're calling the plays. And calling the plays it's much more art than it is science. And so I think it really makes sense at this point in the season, especially with Dylan Gabriel, struggling a little bit in the last few games and a lot of calls from the outside. And maybe even from the players wondering, like, hey, when is Shedeur Sanders going to get his opportunity? And so I think from the Browns standpoint, they're probably thinking, okay, let's give Dylan Gabriel an opportunity with Tommy Rees and see if they mesh and he's able to get a little bit more out of Dylan before we potentially make a switch at quarterback and give Shedeur Sanders an opportunity to show what he has. So I think it's a logical switch, especially coming out of the bye week, especially at a time when a lot of people were wondering, hey, maybe with the bye week, they're going to give Shedeur Sanders his opportunity to start because you got those 2 weeks, which is traditionally what a lot of NFL teams do when you go through that bye week and you're ready to make a change to a younger quarterback. You give them a little bit more time to prep. But I think moving over to Tommy Rees right now out of the bye week gives Tommy a little bit more opportunity to kind of study and meet with Dylan and kind of craft what they feel like could be the best game plan for Dylan and the offense that is this version of the Cleveland Browns offense.
Hoff, there are 8 AFC teams over 500 currently, as we kind of are at the midway point of the season. There are 8 teams. It's half the AFC is over 500. But then the next best record in the AFC is 2 games under 500. And so what we're seeing here is a pretty big separation between haves and have-nots in the AFC. The reason I bring this up is the trade deadline is tomorrow at 4. We were told that this would be a very active trade deadline by Adam Schefter. So far, it's been pretty quiet. Do you anticipate that changing in the next 24 hours?
I do think it's going to change. And typically with the trade deadline, there's a lot of potential deals in place where they're kind of squabbling about like some of the little details here and there, and maybe it feels like it's a fair trade, but maybe the GM needs to talk with the owner and get permission to make the deal done, and the owner wants to sleep on it. And so I think really that deadline, that hard deadline that comes tomorrow afternoon, is that one where it really forces people's hand to make that decision. And I do think that there's going to be a lot of teams that are close to 500 that are able to sell to themselves, hey, we're one player away from being able to make the playoffs and make a run. So let's maybe give up a little bit more than we normally would, which feels like, more value we've given them what we're getting. But the fit of this player we're able to get fits that niche, that little hole that we have, that we feel if we're able to cover that hole up with a good quality player, we're able to make a little run and make this season special. And so that's why I think when you have a lot of teams kind of close to that 500 mark and you don't really have anybody just pulling away in most of the conference, or in either a conference or in most of the divisions, there's really a much stronger desire from the teams to try to get deals done. And then you look, there are quite a few bottom feeder teams, with the Jets, obviously the Browns, Tennessee Titans, Vegas Raiders, you got the Giants. I mean, there's quite a few teams, Saints, quite a few teams that are pretty much out of it right now. that are looking into future seasons, that are looking to gather some future assets, whether that be younger players or draft choices. And they've got some maybe older guys that they don't feel like are going to be part of their team in 2 or 3 years when they feel like that's their opportunity to start making a run.
If you were running the Browns right now, how would you approach this trade deadline?
Well, honestly, you're looking at a team that's not very good right now. They don't have their answer at quarterback. They do have 2 first-round choices next season. And so I think they're probably thinking that, okay, once you get your quarterback, assuming it's not on the team right now and it's a guy that we're going to draft in the draft next year, they're thinking that, your window is probably 2 to 3 years away, because I think Drake May is the perfect example. When he first got a start in New England, he did well, but there was ups and downs. That's what happens when you have a rookie quarterback, even a guy that now is looking like he could be one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL moving forward. And so I think it's pretty realistic to think that if you've got some aging vets that have maybe bigger contracts that might not be around or might not be in their prime anymore 2 or 3 years, and you can get great value for them right now, it makes sense to make those moves.
Yeah, we'll see. I thought there was going to be a lot more fireworks, to be honest with you. I thought that there were going to be a lot of trades because the Browns were one of the teams that worked with the league to get this trade deadline pushed back so teams could be more involved. Probably should be pushed back even another week, to be honest, and then see what happens. But yeah, so far it's been pretty quiet out there, Hoff. It sounds like the most action's going down in Las Vegas on the set with the Hoff.
There's a lot of action, man. I couldn't believe it. There was, I think, 15 guns in the last scene that we had last night, which finished at like 12:30. The Russian mob, the Italian mob, the Chinese mob, and then the FBI, which I'm an FBI agent. And it was a big bust, and everyone was just blasting away at each other. It was
unbelievable.
It was actually pretty entertaining. I can't wait to see what it looks like when they put it all together.
All right. So your favorite acting performance of all time is what?
Oh, man.
Ooh. Oh, man, that's a tough one. Well, Saving Private Ryan is kind of like my all-time favorite movie. So Tom Hanks in that movie, I don't know if that really counts as like an action because it's more of like a war, but I feel like that's my all-time favorite. You can tell me if that doesn't count, but
no,
if I have to pick something else.
The D-Day scene off the top is as good as anything that's ever been filmed. I mean, the invasion and the way that they show it. The reason I ask is I don't know what's stopping you from being the next Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you do Commando? Why can't you do Predator? What is stop? Now, that's a little before your time, maybe. I don't know if you're familiar with all
He's already
of that.
boys with The Rock. He should be doing
He's
a
friend
movie
with The Rock already. Like, what is stopping you from running back Predator and Commando right now?
Well, I know, you're always getting your tires pumped a little bit when you're on set because they want you to be confident and everything. And the director told me after last night, he's like, man, we were watching the film. He's like, there's no reason you can't be the next John Cena or what was the other guy he said? I can't remember. But I was like,
Batista?
That's really nice of you and everything. But I got some work to do here still. I had like 10 lines. But I think when I think about Schwarzenegger, I think, man, that guy had some unbelievable movies. I mean, The Terminator, that's got to be up there.
I wrote down
the great action ones of all time.
Arnold
Rambo,
and Conan
come on,
and Running Man.
Let's go here.
The Running Man to me
man.
is what a film. I can't believe they're remaking it. It's just not necessary.
All he's doing in Commando is just annihilating things for 90 minutes. Like, that's you, Hoff. You need to run back Commando tonight.
Yeah.
I think you need to run it back. I think you could do it.
All right.
I think you could do it. I think it's right in your wheelhouse.
He definitely, at the minimum, should be one of the guys in the Running Man that, like Sub-Zero, more like Plane Zero. He should be one of those guys.
Oh, yeah, but I think he could be Ben Richards.
Yeah.
He is Ben Richards, of course.
Yeah. I think it's in play.
I choose Ben Richards.
I love the Conan quote, if I could do that ever, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you and hear the lamentations of their women.
Yes.
I mean, I'm very
yes.
happy.
Big Conan guy.
What a treat.
Man,
what a
big
treat.
Conan guy.
Love it.
All right, Hoff. And then aren't you going to Berlin?
Yeah, flying right from here to Berlin on Wednesday
Berlin.
to the NFL game over there, which that's always fun, being back home in Germany, seeing friends, being on the sideline of an NFL game, and turns out it might be a pretty interesting game, actually.
Is it Indy? Who's it? It's Indy and who else? Oh, Atlanta. Indy, Atlanta, right, Hoff? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a fun game. That's a fun game. Well, we thank you for joining us on set and look forward to. I can just see it a year from now. You're on location. I believe they shot Predator's in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh yeah,
so that would work out very nice.
Yeah.
If you could be in
Hoff's
that.
Quite familiar.
Like The Rock in the Schwarzenegger
Me
role.
could just get a house down there.
That's
Yes.
right. And then Hoff could play the Jesse the Body role.
Of course, he'd be Jesse the Body. Yeah.
It's ready.
Yeah.
It's set up. Let's go. All right, Hoff. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Hoff, love you, brother.
All right, thanks for having me on, guys. Love you guys too. Take care.
There he is, the great Hoff
Oscar
from
on
Vegas.
his way to the Academy Awards.
It's right there for him. It's all right there for him. We'll do one thought coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Car, truck, or motorcycle accident caused you injury, call the injury lawyers at 1-800-ELK Ohio for a free case review. Elk and Elk's proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. Time for one thought around the league. Hello, Gibby.
Hi.
How are you?
Let's get right down to
Let's go.
it, gentlemen. Week number 9.
If you say so.
No, it's 9.
All right.
I wrote it down wrong.
That's all right.
Accountability. Thursday night football is how we started things, and because we haven't been on.
Jeez, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Let me refresh your memory. Ravens 28, Dolphins 6. Nathan Sakura, one thought.
Just like college football, Nate has been pretty spot on. The Ravens are going to win this division, and I know that the Steelers had a very nice win, and that's wonderful, but the Ravens are going to end up winning this division. They're back. They are talented. 3-5. They're the scariest 3-5 team maybe in NFL history. They got Lamar back. He threw 4 touchdowns. He's thrown a touchdown on 12% of his passes. So basically 1 of every 8 passes he's thrown this season has ended up being a touchdown. His quarterback rating on the year is 136.7. He's played 5 games, folks. He's thrown 14 touchdowns and 1 pick.
It's crazy.
I mean, just think about that. 14 touchdowns and 1 pick. And he's done that in 5 games.
I really don't think that they are going to be an underdog the rest of the year. It could be at Green Bay, depending on what Green Bay's playing for, second to last week. But the rest of the way, they'll be favored in every game they play. We won't. I know we'll guess the scores later, so I won't give it to you. But they are favored this week at Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
So they are going to be expected to win every game the rest of the way.
By the way, you know what somebody pointed out to me and guessed the scores, and I've gone back and looked at this, and it seems right, is that Vegas is out of the push game.
You and I talked about that.
99% of the scores have a hook. So I'm going to just only guess full numbers because then it gets me 2 hooks. When I'm guessing hooks.
Don't ever guess a hook.
No.
You and I talked about that not as succinctly as that, but a roundabout. Like everything used to be 7 or 6. Now it's 6.5, 7.5. Used to be 3. Now it's 3.5. Sometimes you'd get a pick 'em. Now it's 1.5.
Yeah.
Like it's always
halves.
Always halves. Yeah.
Up next, we move to the Sunday games.
Great judge.
In the early window, the Chicago Bears are 5-3. The Cincinnati Bengals are 3-6. Bengals lose to the Bears 47-42. Bo Bishop, one thought.
I don't understand how this can happen 2 weeks in a row to them. And like they fired Lou Anarumo, and I believe we said when they fired him, it's not like he forgot how to coach defense. They brought in Al Golden. It's been an unmitigated disaster. And here's the crazy thing. This isn't even a Burrow thing. Like Flacco's playing lights out, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks, over 300 yards a game, 1,200 yards. He's basically giving them their Joe Burrow experience, and it's still not enough. And that is just an incredible you blew it boy on their end.
Cincinnati Bengals, when scoring 38 or more points over the last 3 seasons, are 1-4.
Jeez.
Everybody who isn't the Bengals is 87-6-2 during that span. The Bengals as a franchise last 3 seasons when scoring 38 or more are 1-4. Their first 56 seasons in existence, they were 54-4 when they scored 38 points. Bengals are now the first team to score 38 plus in back-to-back games and lose both since the 1966 New York Giants. Happy for Joe Flacco, obviously. That goes without saying. I will say, though, I thought perhaps one of the most impressive passes thrown in this game was thrown by Cole Kmet. They ran a trick play where it was ultimately ruled incomplete. Roma Dunze dropped it. Where Kmet motioned in. Have you seen this play? He motions in under center, takes the snap, pitches it to Caleb Williams, who goes left, throws it back to Kmet, who then, like after he pitches it, peels off to the right, and then he throws a left-handed rocket 20 yards on a rope
I missed it.
to Adunze, who drops it. It looks like he caught it, but then he went down to the ground and he must have dropped it. But it was stunning. It was really a stunning play. Also in this game, nice to see finally Colston Loveland. Oh, you drafted this guy before Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
You drafted him in the first round. You haven't let him make any plays at all this year. And it was nice to see him actually get involved.
And if you were listening last week, we said watch out for Kyle Monungai because he was great at Rutgers. He had to carry a lot of the things there, and then they gave him the full plate yesterday, and he went nuts.
26 for 176.
He's a stud. He's a stud back.
Next up around the AFC North we go. The Squealers take down the Colts 27-20. Pittsburgh reunion. Ben was there. The whole team was there from the last Super Bowl championship. Pittsburgh maintains their lead in the AFC North division. They're in 5-3. The Colts only their second loss of the year. Bo Bishop.
Was Pittsburgh Peepaw just weeping in your nachos? Just so emotional watching all of that reunion in Pittsburgh. The only person who looks at me like that is my wife, who has that type of vitriol. That you just
Here we go. You're welcome.
It's a weird game. I mean, Indy turned it over. What did you say? Six times in this game. They only ran it for 55 yards, just in 3 yards a carry. The thing that's crazy, so Pittsburgh wins it 27-20 because of those 6 turnovers. DK Metcalf had 2 catches for 6 yards in this game.
Yep.
And they still won. So very strange. Strange result and a strange game over there.
Very strange game. Yeah, that was a weird one. And
there's 1.7 yards a carry Pittsburgh did as a team.
They've won 2 games, have the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, which I think is pretty stunning. They've won 2 games this year, one in New England, 21-14, and this one 27-20. Both games they won those by exactly 7 points. And in those games, the other team turned the ball over 5 times in New England and 6 times here, and they still only won by 7 points.
Yeah.
Next up, guys, Zagura, I'll have you take this one. Vikings, 27. Leons, 24. Minnesota, 4-4 on the year. Detroit drops to 5-3.
I thought it was a huge number, and I thought it was going to be a backdoor situation. Wow, this was one of the more surprising results, I thought, of the weekend. McCarthy was solid. Ran one in, threw 2 of them. Didn't ask him to do a lot, 14-25, 143, but he certainly did enough. I mean, you think about this game, and
did you watch this game? I didn't see it.
In and out.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I don't understand how it happened because I look at McCarthy and I'm like, I mean, they didn't. Jay Jettis didn't do much, 6 for 47. Addison 2 for 48. They couldn't really.
Yeah, there was only 1 turnover. David Montgomery
game.
fumbled. I'm pretty sure he fumbled going in. I think I have that right, which would obviously could have changed the outcome in this one. But yeah, it was
weird game.
Weird game. Aaron Jones came back, had a little bit of juice. But
the Lions
it's a strange
had
game.
issues the entire day.
Did they?
And you could tell they were just. I had it on the radio, Sirius XM. You can listen to all of them.
Yeah.
And you could just tell, like, the Lions were just frustrated the entire game. Like, nothing was going right, and they couldn't figure out what was the issue, and you could just tell there was a lot of frustration.
They should have won that game.
Yeah.
But it was a big win for Minnesota.
Huge.
Bo Bishop, this one for you. Carolina 16, Green Bay 13. We've talked a little bit about it already.
Carolina's won 4 of 5. Rico Dowdle is a dude for them.
They took our advice.
They finally took our advice and just rolled with him. I am terrified because I double or nothing to bet with NBC that they wouldn't make the playoffs, and so theoretically I would owe him a big chunk of money if they actually make the postseason. I'm now officially worried about it. I'm not pleased about it.
5-4.
It's not good. It's not good for me.
You're fine.
I think you're going to be fine as well. But another just weird sleepwalk loss for the Green Bay Packers. Very strange.
Yeah, Bryce Young was 11 of 20 for 102 and a pick, and they won. At Lambeau.
Yeah.
Weird.
This one for both of you. Zagura, we'll start with you. Broncos 18.
Well, the Packers also have a kicking problem.
Yeah.
McManus has lost it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gibbe.
You're all right.
Broncos, Texans.
Broncos 18, Texans 15. C.J. Stroud, by the way, still in concussion protocol.
Brutal hit.
It was, but it wasn't like the one where, remember, I think it was Azeez Al-Shaair hit Trevor Lawrence, and it was just so egregious. This one wasn't that egregious. He was kind of coming from the side. It was very bang-bang. I think it's just it was tough. I felt bad for CJ. He'd been starting to play a little bit better. This was just kind of an ugly game overall, is the way that I would describe it. I'll tell you what, RJ Harvey's all of a sudden starting to make some plays for them. they have to be a team that feels like no matter what, they're just going to figure out a way to win, and that is a dangerous thing. That's a dangerous belief. They're down 15-7, and then they obviously go and get run off 11 unanswered to win it. A lot of field goals, obviously, for the Texans. That was the Achilles. 5 field goals. Couldn't get it in the end zone. But the Broncos are both not good, but also somehow good. They're good when they need to be good.
Pretty clutch. Yeah, they're clutch.
Bishop, you got anything else on that one?
I just think it sucks that CJ went down because it felt like Houston was probably going to win this game. If he doesn't go down, he goes down, and now they're at 3-5, and kind of who knows what happens from here.
Bo Bishop, will go to you here. The New England Patriots basically are tied with the best record in the AFC, 7-2. They've now won 6 in a row. They beat the gutless Falcons 24-23. Falcons now 3-5. They've lost 3 in a row.
This is one of those ones that if you do pay attention to the scores, it's just brutal.
Brutal.
Because you don't get Cover City, you get a win, which is, when you're really
turned it over
all
twice.
that matters, but they turn it over. Like, this should have been
a blowout.
Much worse than it was. Much, much worse. I don't really know what Atlanta's 3-5. I don't really know why they can't. They obviously have to make a change at coach. They have a lot of talent. It doesn't make sense for them to be struggling like this.
They needed to make a change at coach last year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Drake London's a beast. Bijan, 12 carries, 46 yards, so the Patriots have still not allowed a 50-yard rusher on the season.
How good they are defensively.
Yeah. This should have been a blowout. They even dropped a pick at the end of the game. And if you are the Falcons, you got rid of Younghoe Koo because he was missing kicks that cost you games. Now it's an extra point. Extra point to potentially cost you that game.
Yeah. They're in New England last 2 weeks now against us, and then this time they're getting Travion going a little bit. He had 88, I think, total yards. They're starting to use him a little bit.
Zagura, this one for you. 49ers 34, Giants 24. 49ers improved to 6-3 on the football season.
Yeah, Mac Jones playing well. It was cool. He let Adrian Martinez come in and get his first ever NFL snap at the end of the game. I thought that was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Niners. This one wasn't even as close as the score indicated. They got a late touchdown. I'm pretty sure the Giants did, with a minute left to make it 34-24. Dart can make some plays, no doubt. Niners D, I think, is the problem for them. I don't think the Niners D is good enough to get them. They need to make a move. You want to talk about a team that needs to make a move for a defensive lineman, a guy who can rush the passer? It's the 49ers. Badly.
Pedro still not like McCaffrey, or is he happy now?
Oh, but did you see Brian Robinson's touchdown run where he ran over the guy? Did you see that? I don't know. There's no pleasing him. 173 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty good.
The one thing I will say about the 49ers is they are putting themselves in a position to win a lot of tiebreakers. 3-0 against the division so far.
Yeah.
6-1 in the NFC.
Good point, Gibbon.
That'll take care of a lot of ills. Late window, real quick. Bo, one thought from you. Ram at 34, Saints 10.
No, it went you could have – we picked this one right. This is how it was going to go. Rams are a big-time problem. They are absolutely one of the teams to beat in the NFC. Stafford's unbelievable this year. Yeah. Unbelievable the way he's playing.
Yep. We were worried about him.
24 of 32, 281, 4 touchdowns without Nakua. No big deal.
Yeah. He's unbelievable.
Stud.
Zagura, one thought from you. Jags 30, Raiders 29 in overtime.
Cam Little's 68-yard field goal is worth watching just as a highlight because it was really kind of incredible.
Raiders, how about a little assist here, buddy?
Oh, jeez.
So I'll be honest with you. So I had this one on because it was on in the red zone there in overtime. I didn't realize that the Raiders went down and scored and then didn't get the 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they went for the win.
Which they should. I guess you feel like you're the worst team, but oh man, you gotta convert that, baby. Come on.
You got tipped. You got tipped at the line, got knocked down, and Gino's like staring at somebody. He had him wide open. They had him.
And just got tipped.
Just got tipped.
Bowers, welcome back, 12 for 127 and 3 touchdowns. That was good for everybody in the fantasy world.
All right, final one in our final 2 minutes. We'll get a thought from both of you. We've already talked about Seahawks commies a lot. Bo Bishop, Bills 28, Chiefs 21. Wow. if the playoffs were to begin today, Kansas City would be on the outside.
And Jacksonville would be in.
It was as great as they have been the last 3 or 4 weeks in Kansas City. Like, they were incompetent throwing the football. Mahomes was less than 50%, first time in his career.
Yep,
he was 15 to 34 throwing the ball in this one. He was really reckless in the pocket. He drifted all over the place. He spun for no reason. Yeah. There was one where he spins and then just kind of. It just was weird. It was a weird performance based on how he had been playing.
Zagara, quickly, one thought.
Surprising, but then again, this is the pattern, right? Isn't that 5 straight Buffalo over Kansas City in the regular season, and then they can't beat them in the playoffs? But Josh Allen was great.
He was amazing.
They need to get rid of. I think they just need to eliminate all pushing of a runner. Period.
I think that's an easy fix.
I think you just have to do it.
So do it under center, do it on the perimeter, all of it. Like if you see a receiver catches it and you tried shoving him, illegal.
Illegal.
I agree with you. I think that solves it. Don't make it a tush push. Say no pushing offensive players by fellow offensive players. The end.
You have to get the yards yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that would solve it because it's too
it's
dangerous
ugly,
and it's an ugly play.
It's ugly.
People are just going to get hurt.
I mean, both of his rushing touchdowns were of that.
Yeah. All right, so much more to come, including a Monday Night Football score. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, we got a score, Gibbe.
Score indeed. Arizona's lost 5 in a row. They're 2-5 at Big D. Dallas, maybe they made a trade, maybe they didn't. Bo.
Big weekend for the city. SMU beat Miami this weekend.
Boy, did they.
In front of Eric Dickerson 15. And Craig James and Irv on the sidelines. It continues. Dallas, big.
Same. Yeah, I think Dallas is going to put on a show right here. Jerry's going to get all fired up, announce something big maybe at halftime. It's going to be nuts.
Let's go. All right, we're back tomorrow with more fun. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.
You goes down. Thank you so much.